Hello everyone, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. 8 people held by army as they foil the plan of the Boko boys to cause mayhem in Lagos. And the police is saying, and the army is saying, no cause for alarm. Army, police insist. 8 Boko boys suspects arrested in connection with plans to attack facilities in Lagos are being held by the military, the army said at the weekend. The nation gathered on Sunday that the insurgents made attempts about 2 weeks ago to attack one of the universities in the state, but operatives of the 81 Division beat them to their game. 4 persons directly involved in the botched plan were arrested and immediately whisked to the army headquarters in Abuja for further investigation. It was gathered that 4 other suspected members of the terrorist group were arrested within that period. They allegedly confessed their membership of Boko Haram. General Officer Commanding GOC 81 Division Major General Olu Irefin said the 8 suspects had been transferred to Abuja. He assured residents of Lagos and Ogun State that there was no cause for alarm, adding that there was solid security architecture in place. The GOC said exercise Crocodile Smile 4 had kicked off. He said, "We have started on the background. We have gone for simulation with all the security agencies involved in the exercise. The exercise proper would kick off on November 19th. It was supposed to start on November 11th but was shifted because of the NA's small arms firing exercise holding between November 11th and 15th at Ibadan. There is no cause for alarm within 81 Division's area of responsibility. We have been on top of our own game on this Boko Haram issue. We are not sleeping and the people are assured of their safety throughout this period and beyond. Citizens can go out and go about their lawful duties without panic because security agencies are doing a lot to protect them." But the Lagos State Police Commissioner Zabairu Muazu said there was no cause for alarm. He assured residents that adequate security was in place. Lagos is safe. There is no Boko Haram scare and the people should not be afraid. We are not sleeping, he said. The Nation reports that plans by the insurgents to attack Lagos, including last year's alleged attempt on the Third Mainland Bridge and some shopping centers, have consistently been prevented by the military. Many leaders of the sects who fled to Lagos were arrested. Over 60 suspected Boko Haram suspects have been arrested in different parts of Lagos since 2015. Arrests were made at Kara Market, Agege, Alaba Rago, Lagos Island, and Isolo. In September 2017, 3 suspected Boko Haram members hiding among the Hausa community in Isolo, Lagos mainland, were fished out by leaders and handed over to security agencies. The civilian joint task CJTF on March 29th last year arrested a suspect said to be the fifth in command in the sect in Lagos. He was moved to the north for onward handover of the Department of State Services (DSS), who had declared him wanted before army operatives intercepted them in Bauchi State. On December 21st last year, a Boko Haram leader identified as Usman, alleged to be behind the Kuje and Nyanya bombing, was arrested by the Inspector General of Police (IG) Intelligence Response Team (IRC) in Lagos at a relative's place where he was hiding. The Department of State Services (DSS) on January 10, 2017 said it arrested 4 suspected members of Boko Haram: Fanayi Hassan, Butame Hassan, Kolongu Buka, and Amina Abubakar at Okoba, Agege, who fled the northeast to evade arrest. So guys, kudos to the army who fished out these Boko boys, in Lagos. But the question is that if really they are really on top of their game, why is it that these guys are really uh having upper hand? In the northeast and northern states generally, they are always operating on a daily basis. These Boko guys, they're always operating on a daily basis. So why is it that these kind of measures that they are using to fish out these guys in Lagos, why are they not using the same tactics to fish them out or to clamp them down? That is what we are talking about. So if really they are doing it this way, of course people would have been like, okay, you really you guys are on top of the game. But I don't know why reverse is the case. I think that's just the best way I can really put it. But now they are telling Lagosians that no, don't be afraid, don't be worried. Everything is in everything is in control. You can sleep with your two eyes closed. No cause for alarm. That is the assurance they are giving Lagosians. But we want that same assurance to be given to the main place where these guys are really operating, because they are just fleeing, from places to places. And a lot of it's not even it's been a long time that we've been hearing such things that, oh, they wanted to do this in Lagos, they wanted to do this in Lagos. I will remember some weeks ago or last week thereabout, the same thing happened. We have of such thing in Ondo State that made the all the banks in the state, they had to close on time because they got an information that these Boko boys will want to come and cause mayhem in Ondo State, and we don't even know how far that one has gone. But it's being Lagos, we've been hearing such thing that these guys wanted to, but they are always intercepted them. The army and the police are always intercepted them. So why is it that it's not happening the same, or the same measures, the same tactics, the same way they are playing the game to get down these people are not being applied over them? And one thing again is that they said after getting them, they would transfer them to Abuja, transfer them to North. Where after this suspects have been arrested, they will transfer them to the North. The next thing we are going to hear is that these guys, have been recruited back even into the army. Is that not pathetic? That is what has been happening. That is what has been happening. They would tell you, oh, they've repented, they've turned away from their evil deeds. Now they have repented, they are not born again, and the next thing, they will be recruited back into the system, into the army. So how do you expect army to function well with this kind of a mindset? Some people who call themselves S-men, after being caught, confessing all the atrocities that they've committed, the next thing, they will give them amnesty, they will give them or recruit them back into the army, because they will tell you that, oh, maybe they will have a good information to be able to track others. But reverse has been the case, because these guys are really growing. The more, strength, they are more strengthened every day. And that's why you see that they take the battle, to the doorstep of the army, at the army base. But Lagosians, you are being told not to sleep, not to worry, not to be bothered. You don't need to be perturbed. Just sleep with your eyes, two eyes closed. So if really that is how they are doing it, we say kudos to them, but they should do the same thing, so that this issue of all these Boko boys, their activity should be reduced or should be eradicated completely. It's been a long time, and money is being spent day in, day out. But the unfortunate thing there is that even the so-called army, the ones that are on the field, they don't even get the right equipment to be able to combat with these people. The other Boko guys, they are really having sophisticated weapons. So how do you expect these guys to work? And meanwhile, if you hear what is being budgeted for security day in, day out, you will marvel. You will be surprised. Unless what Nigerians are reacting to, or their opinion and their reactions. Someone say useless army does know how to deactivate or to deceive the public. There is no truth in what you are saying. Just pick some innocent Aboki boy and call them Boko Haram in order to give the impression that your so-called security exercise in the southwest is working. This country called Nigeria is sick. Of course, anything can happen, because I was even thinking that way too. That they like, that's why I'm asking, if really you are really catching them, you are really apprehending them, then why can't you do the same thing over there where they really have their base? Arresting 2 out of 100 doesn't mean anything. We all know that most of the Hausa Fulani guys riding bikes in Lagos and scrap pickers are either members of that terrorist groups or related to them. So I'm quite sure we are sitting on the time bomb that will explode anytime in Lagos. So it is the military that is now seriously working, deliberately making the police look incompetent. Nigerians are too educated to be fooled. This isn't country. This isn't the country we grew up in honesty. I thought the border is closed. If you get any of them with evidence that it belongs to Boko Haram, just send such person away to beyond. Nigeria is at most vulnerable stage of disintegration and decompression. It's at its rotten stage where nobody knows what's coming its way. It's at its most sorry state and the leadership has traveled. Now, wow, I never thought we would arrive at this lowest stage of confusion. Lagos is at last being frightened to vomit security money to fight Boko Haram. Otherwise, were the security agents not here when those boys were arriving in trailer trucks? Goodbye, Nigeria. Why do we take them back to the north? They will surely be set free. My thought as well. Someone says this might or may not look through Boko Haram in Lagos and taken to Abuja where their sponsors are. I expect they should have lied in the streets and give public execution. The earlier we agree that this one Nigeria things is not working, the better. Outside Igbos, Yoruba favors themselves. We are all divided and we keep deceiving ourselves. Buhari is a Fulani man and he will watch them kill in Lagos. I bet you. And it's good for Yoruba people since they can't fight for themselves and they keep hiding and scared of Hausa Fulani people. So guys, I don't know your take on this matter, because a lot of people don't even believe that it actually happened, that it could be a kind of setup, that really, how can you arrest them in Lagos and take them back to this thing, that they might be freed or they might be recruited back into the army, or the army are just trying to put up a kind of a show so that it will seem as if they are really working. People with different opinions. So I would like to hear from you what you think about this development from army saying that they apprehended some people that they wanted to carry out some attack, but because of their swiftness, because of their intelligence, because of their whatever, they were able to apprehend them. I don't know if you believe that story. Please leave your comments below in the comment section. Bye.